Alibaba, BABA, ticker symbol, on Friday closed at 93.40. They reported earnings, and according to Alibaba, they actually, despite all that negativity from China, their lockdowns and stuff, they said they benefited and they did well during that quarter. And also, if you take a look at the price action, I mean, it's still near its lows. It hasn't done much for the past month. If I switch to a monthly chart, you can see for the month of May, it's still down. I don't know, what is it, like maybe 1 or 2%. If you look at the yearly candles, I just measured the yearly candle, it's down 22% year to date. And all-time lows for Alibaba, $57. That's what I'm watching. I mean, if we see negativity in the market continue, like volatility go up, summer not be so quiet as I am personally expecting to be quiet, then it can go to those levels. But if it is quiet and people just relax, go out and about, I do think that it can melt up. It can melt up, and these are the levels I'm watching. So on a lower time frames, basically, I have lots of resistances here. First level would be this yellow line. I'm going to show you on a daily chart. I'll pull up moving average. As you can see on my chart, 100-day moving average, this purple line, and the 200-day moving average, this red line, and this yellow line represents 50-day simple moving average. So whenever stock is below 50-day and 50-day and all of the major moving averages are downtrending, that means nothing has changed. It's still in a downtrend, okay? Okay, it's in a downtrend. Even this blue line is a 20-day moving average. I use it as an earlier indicator to see, to try to basically, bottom tick the name, so call it. So if this thing starts curling up with the price, of course, price has to go higher at this point for the moving averages to curl. I'm watching 110 as a resistance, 120, and then this 200-day moving average at the moment 128 and still coming down. I'm watching these levels as a resistance for Alibaba. All right, and also let me switch to monthly chart and go back since when they went public, like what was the low. So 2015, after going public, 57.20, that was the low. I mean, if it does slip these recent lows of a 73 or so, I mean, you can definitely go there, and I think that would be the really, really good level to pick it up, in my opinion. But right here, right now, I'm not gonna basically try to say, hey, okay, this is the steal deal to add to portfolio, because it's still $250 billion company, okay? It's still, I think, one of the biggest Chinese stocks out there we have listed, and it's an ADR, okay? So, and I was looking at the option market on Friday because overall market bounced, and maybe thought, let's take a look what people are betting on. So just by looking at on Friday volume, where not many people were, pretty much, it wasn't like really volatile, but market gained really good gains, and it closed at highs and didn't give back those gains. And I looked at the Alibaba call put ratio, and there were a lot of call buyers, 200,000 almost calls, and 84,000 puts were traded. And I'm just gonna speculate on that one to see, like, what's the probability that those mentioned targets can hit. So let's give it till August, right? So what's the probability that by August Alibaba will hit 140? That's the resistance I'm watching, maybe at this point, to the upside, and to the downside 57. And I'm gonna look at the basically option activity and option implied volatility. What is option market implying it to move by that date? But before that, let's have a look at what people were betting on here. So I'm seeing September $200 call, 170 call, 110, 200, 170, $100 call, 170, and these are all for September. Some of them are spreads, some of them are calls. For June 17th, a lot of people came in for 110 call strike prices. And you can see that people short term, and even all the way till September, if you look at the July as well, these are not like significant orders. People were picking up these contracts to the long side. But let's see what market is pricing in. So it looks like they don't have August strike price yet, but we'll take a look at the let's take a look at the September 16th, right? So September 16th, probability that the stock is going to be above 140. What is it implying? So stock is implying that it's gonna, option market is implying that it's gonna move $27 up or down. But probability of $140 is that going into the money is 15%. And it's pretty good odd for me personally. Okay, again, 15%, it's not too high because we still have a time. There is an extrinsic value. That's my channel's name. I trade extrinsic value whenever I trade, which means I trade a lot of times outside of the money calls or puts with time, because over the time probabilities change and stock can move more or less depending like what happens throughout those times. So 15%, that's what it's implying. And also probability of it hitting $60 from here is, well, I'm not like going exact same amount, right? Okay, so let's say probability of hitting $50 because it's gonna be let's take a look, 55. It's 27%, so which means more people, the buying put here is expensive, more expensive, because the premiums are slightly more expensive than the calls. So which means, well, but I can look at the open interest as well, and looks like the highest open interest for September is $80 puts. So 17,000 contracts, but that's not a lot. And also, if you look at the calls, there are not that many calls for September. So that's why puts are a little bit expensive and probability a little bit higher, but it doesn't mean that, there's more likely that it will go there than going back up. I understand that there are a lot of back holders in this stock, but anything possible, but we'll see. But I'm just running a little bit ahead on that one, but these are the levels I'm watching. Okay, of course, throughout the summer we'll definitely be updating this name, but right here, right now, it's still in a downtrend. Okay, if it rejects this 50-day, well, I have on a daily $81 as a support and then $73 as a support. So these are the support levels. But if it gets back above $100, it can definitely run. It can also definitely squeeze to the upside. So that's the video, I guess. I'm not super bullish. I'm not super bearish. I'm just waiting for it to basically pick a direction and then hop on it, ride it wherever it goes, and see if we can make money on this one. But thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.